So you need to understand this about life. It's seasonal. It's not linear and it's not a progression. It is a series of cycles. And therefore, you must be always ready, always willing to start anew. You're like a tree. It means that there's summer, autumn, winter, spring. When the winter comes, don't be surprised. When it's springtime and it's time to start anew, start anew with the same vigor as a tree. Grow green leaves and bloom beautiful flowers. The reason I say this is we often fall into the linear concept of progress that we are taught, but realize that power as well disappears. Everything disappears. It's cycles. Start, change, stop, start, change, stop, start, change, stop. Do you see? So part of being at harmony with life is being able to have gracefully start, change, stop. There's a reason you find it ungraceful when you find out that someone has done plastic surgery to try to smooth their wrinkles out, try to make it such that they are younger in appearance than they actually are. And it will always seem unnatural because what you're trying to do is break the cycle of life. What you're trying to do is keep summer. And if you try to keep summer when it's supposed to be autumn, winter, spring, you will harm the world. A perpetual summer would cause I'm giving like hypothetical ideas. An infinite summer would cause the trees and flowers and plants to overgrow, and we'd have like super fauna, meaning we'd have gigantic everything because they don't stop eating. Or they'd start to die out from just straight heat. There's some plants that come in the winter, yeah, and we'd never have those as part of our ecosystems. And I'm sure there's a global warming implication somewhere in there. But what I'm trying to point out to you is everything is necessary. Summer, autumn, winter, and spring. You need to be okay with their existence. It's not linear. This means in your life, you need to be okay with summer, autumn, winter, spring. You need to be okay with becoming super rich and then becoming poor. And then have both of them gracefully, and be able to be happy. Because, and I'm about to reveal something very deep, which some people will understand, but only the wisest of people watching. The pleasure of life is not winning or losing. It's got nothing to do with these concepts. The pleasure of life is feeling. The pleasure of life is sensation. Imagine you were an omnipotent God who could be unaffected by everything on earth. And in essence, you can do whatever you want, anytime, using anything. And essentially the universe formed around you however you wanted. You would find after some time that you would be bored. And you'd want an element of game, you'd want entertainment. Do you see? You'd want the restraint, you'd want the possibility of maybe losing, you try to find another omnipotence to compete against, or you try to compete against yourself in some way. And this is the fundamental effort to feel that we have as people, as spiritual beings. And you will find that feeling is the pleasure. Yeah, the possibility of good only exists because of the possibility of evil. Yeah, the possibility of winning only exists because of the possibility of losing. The possibility of being rich only exists because of the possibility of being poor. But all of it is pleasurable because all of it is sensation. Yeah, and you'll notice the pleasurable nature of someone being poor when you read through a documentary, or not a documentary, you read through a biography, autobiography, or otherwise, of someone who went from homeless to being rich, who went from zero to hero. Zero is pleasurable because it is the echo. It is the echo of the past, the thing that makes the victory that much more tangible. The fact that I wasn't sponsored $1 million, or I wasn't given $1 million by my parents or something like that, you know, and I have $1 million. This, and I've made it into an empire, and I've, you know what I mean? I've gotten this far, whatever it is, the game that you're playing. That's just an example. But, sorry, I'm getting like messages on my phone. One of my very close friends is saying that they're drowning. Always feel free to message me if you feel like you're drowning. I'll save you because I have very deep understanding of humanity. Yeah. I'm as old as I am, but realize that I read hundreds and hundreds of books, right? And I have understanding worth hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands of years, actually. So realize that should you ask me for advice, I'll say the exact correct thing to you. If you want to try, ask me in the comments below. Anyway, the point of this video is accept the changing nature of life, the cyclic nature of life. You'll go back to the beginning and go over it again, but you'll do it gracefully.